Welcome to this year's 2003 Church History video. Our topic in view today is the Crusades of the Christian Church. Let me begin by giving you some introductory remarks. As you well know, the Church from there, the organization of our doctrines came. Our creeds were established at the ecumenical councils of the early centuries. The church was blessed. Through persecution, through hardship, it grew and spread into the West, becoming one large, united church, true in faith, true in doctrine. In 1054, a very tragic event occurred, the Great Schism between the Eastern and Western churches. The world was struck with sadness at the thought of it. And in 1073, when Pope Gregory came to the throne of the Western Church, it was his greatest desire, his greatest passion to restore the churches, to heal the schism between the Eastern and Western churches. But he had many obstacles. For a long time, war had been ravaging the Eastern Church and even threatening the Western Church. The Muslims in the 600s and 700s had marched straight down the Mediterranean, along the coast, conquering one nation after another: Syria, Palestine, Israel, North Africa, Spain. In 732, they were finally stopped when Charles Martel conquered them. Although damage was done, the Eastern Church was constantly threatened. Time passed, and soon the Turkish Muslims replaced the Arabian Muslims. And they reconquered all that territory that had been conquered by the earlier Muslims. They conquered all along the Middle East and even threatened, went up to Asia Minor and even threatened Constantinople, the great hub of the Eastern Church. The Eastern Church was desperate, despondent, and all they could do was just cry out in help. They did cry out in help, and great men arose, one of which was Pope Gregory of the West. And he felt that it was his passion, his calling. This was his time. Well, things didn't work out so well for Pope Gregory. He never got around personally to working out the healing of the schism, because he died. Other things interrupted his pursuit. But his legend and his dream lived on. Men were inspired, men of later years. And so follow me, follow us, this class, as this story unfolds for you. This wonderful story of God's grace to our church. How our church, the resilience of Christ's church, is seen, and it bounces back once again. Thank you very much.
To the Holy Land and its sacred places were especially popular. The thought that the Muslims were in control of the Holy Land was an insult to the church. The Christians and the Arabs had gotten along very well, and the Arabs were willing to do business with the Christians and were willing to accept the fact that the Arab money and Christian money were the same. But this whole situation changed when the Turks came and took over the Holy Land. The Turks were not very nice to the Christians and treated them unfairly. When the Christians returned back home, they always spoke of the harsh treatment they received in the Holy Land. Soon after this, the Christians resented the Turks and launched the first Crusades.
How true! I think it is our duty to carry out his magnificent plan.
Yes, his wish to save our holy Eastern Church from those disgusting, unholy Turks, and to heal the wound of our holy churches from unfortunate separation. Also, we must remember what the Turks did to us, and how they were hostile toward us. They hated us only because we were Christian to the Holy Land, and alas, it's time to take back what is rightfully ours.
Oh yes, and his desire to establish a worldwide rule papacy. What a brilliance!
No, my good sir. his true brilliance was in his ideas of warfare.
War? What war? I don't want to have any part in these violent ideas of war.
Violent ideas! My kind sir, these ideas were those of His Holiness.
But a war?
Really, a holy war would certainly regain our territory and defeat the Turks in the name of God.
You never told me about these ideas.
Because you were not among his highest officials.
Oh, but I disagree. I had a high honor, and
You cleaned his holy toilets.
high honor, and I...
No.
Oh, damn it.
Soldiers of Christ, you have gathered here today to join in a holy war. A war to fight the Turks away from Jerusalem, our holy land. These Turks, they have abused our pilgrims. They have murdered them, and they even have burned our churches. So we go to war in the name of Jesus Christ, who came from heaven here to die for our sins. So we lift him up when we go to this war. He was also born from a virgin for us. So we go fight for his name. Soldiers, when we go to this war, we lift the banner up for Jesus Christ. We lift this cross up for him too. And we'll fight. We will win because God is on our side and God is in power. Soldiers, let's go fight. Save Jerusalem from this furious enemy of ours, and let's win this victory.
In 1095, Pope Urban II proclaimed the First Crusade. The generals proceeded to formulate their plan to take Jerusalem. This was to soon happen. Those present were Geoffrey of Bouillon, Picrand of Hauteville, Brumond of Taureton, and Raymond IV of Toulouse. Let's see how it went.
Okay, if we're going to take Jerusalem, we're going to need a plan. P-A-L-N.
Okay, I will divide my forces. One to cover the right, and the other in reserve in case of failed attack.
I will cover the left with half my force, and the other will do a front also.
I will have my artillery give a bombardment while we to cover our advance over the open field. At 0800 hours, my armored division will lead the attack to split their force in half.
When we get to Jerusalem, there will be some street-to-street fighting, so keep it low and hit fast.
We should mix up the groups so we have infantry, anti-tank, and BAR teams all together. You never know what you might need.
Where is Tancred?
I don't know.
Well, whatever, let's just go.
Yeah!
Let's go, man.
Let's go!
We have seen all the things that led up to this war, and now we'll see the Turks battle the Crusaders in the plains of Antioch. In this battle scene, we'll see the Turks swearing by their god Allah, and we'll just see the battle.
The year 1096 through 1291 were some of the most exciting in the history of time. Many fun and popular ideas were wiggling around in that time in the super fan book of history.
Such as ideas as literature and art. And schisms were really popular at that time. It was sort of like the cool thing to do. like the schism between the East and the West. Oh yeah, and more importantly were the ideas of war.
Your lives before me a great man, a man of God, a man of ambition. His name was Gregory VII. He had 3 goals in life. He had 3 goals in life. One was to rid the Eastern Church of the wretched Turks. 2 was to reunite the Eastern and Western churches. 3, establish the worldwide rule of papacy.
He's mine! You can't have him! You can't have him!
And now, as another has come to take his place, we now say goodbye to Gregory. We will miss you, Gregory. Goodbye.